Welcome back to Aeon's End. This will be the conclusion, I'm pretty sure. Although I don't know all of the Nemesis deck cards. Maybe the Carapace Queen can heal or something. But the Carapace Queen is down to 4 health, which means we have a pretty good chance of knocking her out in this episode. So I'm going to do some shuffling here, so you know I haven't cooked the turn order deck. And we will then begin. All right, let's begin. The first player is going to be player 2. That is Mezhadron. All right, let's go to his play area and have him take his turn. All right, the first thing we do on a player's turn, of course, is we cast any prepped spells if we want to. If they're in open breaches, he will indeed cast the 2 spark spells. That's going to deal a total of 2 damage to the Carapace Queen, going from 4 health down to 2. Got her on the ropes for sure. And now it's time for Mezhadron to play his cards. Well, he will prep the Spark Spell to open breach 2. He will prep Jagged Lightning to open breach 1. He has the World Heart Shard. Gain an Ether or 2 that can be gained to place a card. He's not even going to bother. But he's going to play these 2 crystals for 2 ether to give himself a full charge. Now he has a full charge for special ability. And that is Under Earth Mantra. Activate during your main phase. So he could gain a gem that costs 4 ether or less from any supply pile. Gravehold gains 4 life. But I think he's going to hold off on that. I don't think he has to bother. This one here, I don't think he can even use it. Gain 2 ether can only be used to gain a card. Well, no card is worth 2 ether. So he'll just hang on to this card in his hand. So these 2 are going to go into the discard pile. He will then draw 4 cards to have a total of 5 cards. So his next hand will be Crystal, Frozen Magnet, Conclave Scroll Crystal, and World Heart Shard. That was Mezhadron's turn. Back now to the turn order deck to see who's going to go next. All right, turn order deck once again. The next player will be player 1. I do believe we have just won the game. All right, and we're going to see why here. Let's go down to player 1's area and have Kadir take her turn. Well, pretty easy to see. We have a Kindle spell prepped. This will deal 3 damage plus 1 for open breach 3. We're going to deal 4 damage. We're going to put all the 4 damage, of course, onto the Carapace Queen that only has 2 health left. That's going to take her to -2. We have just defeated the Carapace Queen. All right, another victory in Aeon's End. So we used Kadir, we used Mezhadron against Carapace Queen. So I'm going to zoom out, and we're going to wrap up the series. All right, we're wrapping up the series here. Once again, it's the second time I've played Aeon's End on my channel. First time was against the Rageborn. I feel as though I had a harder time trying to defeat the Rageborn as I did the Carapace Queen. But early on, we did make sure we kept the husks at bay. We got rid of a lot of them. And I'm thinking that that Vortex Gauntlet was a pretty awesome relic to have. Let us kind of cast a spell twice in a row, so it didn't have to cycle through our deck. So that, I think, helped a lot. We had a lot of low-cost cards and a lot of deal 3 damage only, whereas in the first playthrough, I had the spell that I think dealt 8 damage. And also, I think another benefit on this playthrough was the Emerald Shard from Kadir, which was we were able to gain 1 life. So we had kind of a trickle healing effect all the way through the game as well. So we weren't in any real danger of losing, getting exhausted and knocked out because of that healing ability. And the Otherworldly Gate ability of Kadir is also extremely powerful, being able to take 3 spells into hand from your discard pile. Wow, very cool. I found Mezhadron's ability not as useful. Gravehold didn't suffer very much damage. Only 3 the entire playthrough, so there was never really any need for him to use that ability to give 4 health back to Gravehold. But anyway, that was Aeon's End. I have used War Eternal, the base game, and the first 2 expansions all together. So I just randomly choose 3 gems, 2 relics, and 4 spells when I do the playthrough. Will I be doing this game again on my channel? I am quite sure that I will be. I find it quite entertaining. Each of the nemesis is somewhat, quite a bit different actually, which makes it interesting as well. So it's not always the same thing. I like the husk ability here from the Carapace Queen. But like I said, we really kept her kind of under control. So we didn't have to worry too much about that exploding and getting away from us. So thanks so much for watching along in this series. Thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Very, very much appreciated. Join me next time for yet another complete playthrough series.